guys, we'll be studying about the ECG and sleep chapter, one of the important chapter where we'll be studying about the basics of the sleep, what are the wave pattern, what is EEG, mainly what is the definition of EEG. So it's a 10 marker question, a very important topic. EEG. ECG means which is located in the heart, a device used to see the heart spontaneous activities called as electrocardiogram. Same way in the brain we have EEG. EEG means electroencephalogram. Electroencephalogram. So what does this basically does? It records the spontaneous activities generated in the cerebral cortex. So it tells about the activities, what are the activities generated in your cerebral cortex, that they are picked up from the brain surface through the electrodes placed on the designated site of scalp. As you can see in this diagram, you can see the two cerebral cortex, you can see the cerebral cortex, you can see the cerebral hemispheres, you can see the brain, and you can also see the scalp. So the electrodes are placed in such a way that they record all the spontaneous activities which are taking place in the cerebral cortex. It also tells about the sleeping disorders or sleeping abnormalities, or if you have any problem or tumor cells or any defect in your brain, all the things will be noted by the EEG, that is electroencephalogram. So after understanding this diagram, we'll move forwards. They reflect the electrical current flows through the extracellular spaces. They try to flow through the extracellular spaces, which shows the excitability and inhibitory activities of the brain. So they also tell about the excitatory activities of the brain. They also tell about the inhibitory activities of the brain. This was about the electroencephalogram basics. Now we'll study what is electroencephalography. Actually, I have written it opposite. So electroencephalography is the device used to record EEG. It is a device used to record the EEG, whereas electroencephalogram, remember always gram means graph, so graph which records EEG. EEG means electroencephalogram. Electroencephalogram is the one which records the EEG, and electroencephalography is the method or a device to record the EEG. So what does this tell about? It tells about the abnormal activities of the brain. It also tells about the sleep as well as sleeping disorders. If we are not being able to sleep properly in the night times or even during the daytimes, or if we are sleeping so much, so there might be any problem in our brain. So all these things might be corrected taking some appropriate medications. So we'll move on to the next page. So we'll study about the neurophysiological basics of the EEG. So as same in the CVS, that is electrocardiogram, what we have to do in the sense to understand the neurological basics, you have to add the all action potential, summation of the individual action potential that is generated in the activated pyramidal cells. You have to add each individual action potential so that you'll get the summated action potential of the pyramidal cells. So remember one thing, these pyramidal cells are arranged parallelly to each other. As you can see in the diagram, the pyramidal cells are arranged parallelly to each other, whereas the dendrites are arranged perpendicularly to these pyramidal cells. The pyramidal cells are arranged parallel to each other and the dendrites are arranged perpendicular to each other. The activity of synapse may be hyperpolarizing or depolarizing. So the activity of synapse may be hyperpolarizing or it might be depolarizing. So actually what does this EEG means? So if you have a source and if you have a sink, the waves will be passing through the source as well as sink. So these waves are being calculated by the EEG, electroencephalogram. So what is the work of EEG? It calculates the wavic pattern between the source as well as sink. So it tells about the potential difference is made between the source and sink, that is calculated by the EEG. So you have to know the frequency and amplitude of the EEG waves. You have to remember this. So the frequency is between 1 to 30 hertz. The normal range of frequency is between 1 to 30 hertz, and the amplitude is 20 to 100 micro voltage. So 20 to 100 microvolt. So this is the normal frequency and amplitude which you have to be remembering it. So now we'll look after the wave pattern frequency. So basically in this EEG, there are 4 important waves. You have to remember this. First one is alpha wave, second one is beta wave, third one is theta wave, and fourth one is delta wave. Alpha wave, beta wave, theta wave and delta wave. All these 4 waves are very important in the exam, in the final exams. Out of these 4 waves, any one will be asked. Usually alpha wave and alpha blockage will be asked, but it's better to study all the 4 things. So as you can see in the diagram, there are 4 waves. As I said, you can see alpha waves, beta waves, theta waves and delta waves. As you can see in the diagram, the waves, the amplitude and frequency are changing drastically. You can see in the diagram. So in the alpha wave, the frequency is 8 to 13 hertz. You have to remember this value, and the amplitude is around 50 to 100 microvolts. In beta waves, you can see the frequency is more but the amplitude is less, so the frequency is 13 to 30 hertz and 5 to 10 microvolts. In theta waves, the frequency is 4 to 8 hertz, amplitude is 5 to 8 microvolts. In delta, you can see the amplitude is more but the frequency is very less, so the frequency is 0.5 to 4 hertz and the amplitude is 20 to 200 microvoltage. So in those individuals who are fully alert, they have high frequency, low amplitude, and the waves are asynchronized. They do not have a destined time pattern. It might vary in each wave. So they have high frequency, low amplitude, asynchronized. In the individuals who are fully alert, their frequency is high, low amplitude, asynchronized. Whereas those individuals who have minimum alert, they have low frequency, the opposite of this, low frequency, high amplitude, and their waves will be having in a synchronized way. They'll be synchronized on time to time. So if there is absence of ECG waves, if there is no, like the individual is not fully alert or not minimum alert and there is absence of ECG waves, then there might be some brain damage or brain death, or the person might be in a coma state. So we'll study about the 4 rhythm or 4 waves deeply. First one is the alpha rhythm. The frequency of the alpha rhythm is 8 to 13 hertz and the amplitude is 50 to 100 microvolts, as I've said in the previous page. So frequency is 8 to 13 hertz, amplitude is 50 to 100 microvolts. ECG is seen in normal adult. It is seen in normal adult who is at rest, awake, relaxed, but eyes are closed. Always remember the difference. In the alpha rhythm, the eyes are always closed, whereas in the beta rhythm, the eyes are always open. Alpha rhythm, the eyes are always closed. Beta rhythm, the eyes are always open. EEG is seen in normal adults, those who are in rest, awake, relaxed, and their eyes will be closed. They are found in posterior half of the brain. Where are these pattern of rhythm seen? Mainly in the parieto-occipital region. Parieto-occipital region. What does this alpha block mean? Very important. It will be asked for 3-mark question. It will be asked for 3-mark question. So alpha block is the one which disappears on opening of the eyes. Your eyes will be closed. Once you open your eyes, you will become alert. From relaxed state, you will become alert in the alert stage. So it disappears on opening of the eyes. The irregular alpha rhythm is replaced by the regular alpha rhythm is replaced by the irregular low voltage activity. What does this mean? Your regular activity of your brain will be replaced by the alert state, from awake state to alert stage, by the irregular low voltage activity. This is called as alpha block. Desynchronization of waves, there will be variation in frequency and amplitude. The person will be aroused or he'll be alerting, like he'll give the alerting response, he'll be in an alert state. So what are the factors which decreases frequency and what are the factors which increases frequency? So the factors decreasing frequency is hypoglycemia, hypothermia, that is decrease in temperature, or there might be increase in the arterial pressure or decrease in the glucocorticoids. These are the factors which decreases the frequency. So those 4 factors which increase the frequency are hyperglycemia, hyperthermia, increase in the body temperature, decrease in the arterial pressure, and increase in the glucocorticoids. So these are the factors affecting the increasing and decreasing rate of frequency, and this is alpha rhythm. And what happens if there is alpha block or if the person is opening eyes? Now we'll move on to the beta rhythm. Alpha rhythm, the first rhythm is completed. So we'll be moving on the beta, theta and delta rhythm. So the second rhythm is the beta rhythm, the third rhythm is the theta rhythm, and the fourth rhythm is delta rhythm. So beta rhythm is the one which is having frequency of 13 to 30 hertz and the amplitude will be 5 to 10 microvolt. EEG is seen in those adults whose eyes are open. I have said in the previous page. So in alpha rhythm the eyes will be closed, whereas in the beta rhythm the eyes will be open. It appears in the posterior region, where in the frontal region, whereas the alpha rhythm is the one which appears in the parieto-occipital region. The beta rhythm is the one which appears in the frontal region. The theta rhythm is the one where the frequency is 4 to 8 hertz and the amplitude is 5 to 8 microvolts. EEG is seen in those normal children who are in moderate sleep, appears in the adults, like sometimes those adults who are in depression or in disappointment, like sad feeling, so they won't be able to sleep properly at night, so they'll be having a moderate sleep. If someone just calls their name, they'll just get up in between, so they are having theta rhythm sleep. In the sense, EEG is seen in those normal children, moderate sleep appears in adults sometimes. Why? Due to sadness, disappointment or depression. So last one is a delta rhythm. Delta D stands for deep sleep, so D is for deep, so deep sleep is seen in the delta rhythm, whereas the frequency is 0.5 to 4 hertz, very less, amplitude is very high, 20 to 200 microvolts. EEG is seen in deep sleep. I have said delta stands for deep sleep. If it appears in the alert state, if the person is in the alert state, then there might be brain damage. In the sense, you have seen some people who will sleep with your eyes open, like eyes are open but they'll be in sleeping state. So if this continues for a longer period of time, there might be like chances that he have some brain problem or brain damage. So now we'll study something about sleep. So what is the definition of sleep? It is a temporary state of unconsciousness. Obviously it's temporary state of unconsciousness. If it is permanent state of unconsciousness, then he won't be like surviving itself. So it's the temporary state of unconsciousness from which the subject can be aroused or they can be made alert with some appropriate sensory stimuli. So he'll be in the temporary state of unconsciousness. So he can be brought into the he can be brought into alert state or the arousal state by giving the subject some sensory stimuli, by touching him or by giving the pressure or something. You can make him awake from the sleep. You have to remember this, out of our whole life, 1/3 of our life is spent in sleep. So sleep is very, very important. You shouldn't think that sleep is a waste of time. If we sleep, it's just a waste of time. No, it is very essential for normal growth and development of our body. It is essential for normal growth and development of our body. In sleep, there are two types, NREM sleep as well as REM sleep. So in sleep, there are two types, NREM and REM sleep. So basically what does NREM means? Non-rapid eye movement sleep. So there will be non-rapid eye movement. You won't move your eyes rapidly. You won't be closing and opening your eyes rapidly, like very frequently. Whereas in the REM sleep, you can see there will be rapid eye movement. There will be rapid eye movement sleep. REM is rapid eye movement sleep. So NREM is also called as slow wave sleep, whereas the REM is also called as paradoxical sleep. You have to remember this. In these two, they might ask question like write the difference between NREM, REM, or they might ask about the slow wave sleep for 5 marks, or they might ask about the paradoxical sleep for 5 marks. And sleep definition is also very important. So these are some of the important topics. So NREM sleep is the one which occurs first at 75% of our total sleep. Out of 100%, 75% of the total sleep is NREM. So there is sympathetic inhibition. What happens in NREM sleep is our heart rate will be decreased, our BP will decrease, our respiratory rate will decrease. There won't be no rapid eyeball movement. As we can see in the name itself, non-rapid eye movement. So there will be no eyeball movement, and dreams are not memorized. You cannot dream the dreams whatever you have like seen in your during the sleeping time. So it will be a deep sleep, like you will be in unconditioned sleep, you'll be sleeping so much. So the slow wave, what happens in the sense, there will be increase in your amplitude level. Deep sleep, so D is for delta waves, so obviously there will be increase in the amplitude and there will be decrease in frequency. So what happens in the sense, it inhibits the RAS. So it is not renin angiotensin aldosterone system, it is RAS, not RAAS. So it means reticular activating system. It will try to inhibit the reticular activating system. So what is reticular activating system? We'll be studying in the special senses chapter. So REM means rapid eye movement. So what happens here is, in the sense, it occurs after NREM. So first thing occurring is the NREM. So the next thing is REM. REM occurs after NREM. 25% of the total sleep there will be sympathetic excitation. Opposite of this, there will be increase in heart rate, there will be increase in blood pressure, there will be increase in respiratory rate, and there will be rapid eyeball movement. And dreams will be memorized in REM sleep, whereas in REM sleep you cannot remember or memorize all the dreams whatever you have got. So NREM sleep is a deep sleep, whereas REM is a light sleep. So here there will be increase in the frequency and decrease in the amplitude. So there will be increase in the frequency, low voltage, and there will be decrease in amplitude. So it is activated by the potential reticular formation. You will study about pontine reticular formation in the special senses and some further thalamus hypothalamus chapter. So this was the difference between NREM and REM sleep. Now the NREM sleep, slow wave sleep, have some 4 important stages, which is very important, and it's good that if you know these 4 stages, so it will fetch you some marks. So now we look after the 4 stages of the slow wave sleep. So we'll see the 4 stages of slow wave sleep. Slow wave sleep is also called as non-rapid eye movement sleep. The first stage, the subject becomes drowsier. Whenever you sleep, you have to think it for yourself. You have to imagine this on yourself. So first, the subject becomes drowsy. You'll be when you go to bed, you'll feel drowsy. You'll feel like you'll be opening your eyes, closing your eyes for some times. And this will be taking place in cycles. EEG changes from beta to alpha. Beta means your eyes will be open, alpha means your eyes will be closed. So your eyes will be opening, closing, opening, and you'll be in a drowsy state. After some time, the frequency starts to increase and the amplitude in your body starts to decrease. So then what will happen? Shifting takes place. EEG changes to alpha to beta. In the sense, you'll start to again close your eyes, open your eyes lightly. You'll be in a deep, calm state. You'll try to sleep a bit. So this will be your frequency. There will be increase in amplitude, frequency. There will be decrease in amplitude, increase in frequency, decrease in amplitude. You can see the variations. So second one is the stage 2, where the amplitude starts to increase slightly a bit higher than the stage 1. So as you can see, the amplitude slightly starts to increase compared to the stage 1. There will be formation of 2 things. One is sleep spindles and K complex. So sleep spindles, it means there will be waxing and waning of the amplitude. You can see there will be increase and decrease in the amplitude. You can see the amplitude will go very high, it will come back to low state, very high, low, very high, low. So waxing and waning of amplitude takes place. In the stage 2, the amplitude will be around 50 Hz and frequency will be around 12 to 15 Hz. So amplitude will not be 50 Hz, it will be 50 microvolt. Hertz is of frequency. Amplitude will be 50 microvolts and the frequency will be around 12 to 15 Hz. What is K complex? K complex is nothing but, you can see in the diagram, the amplitude at one point, the amplitude is going very high and coming to very low. There will be sharp wave will be appearing irregularly, in the regular manner. Once all of a sudden, you can see there will be high amplitude appearing. That is called as K complex. You can see the sleep spindles, waxing and waning of the amplitude will be taking place, and suddenly after some time you can see the high drastic change in amplitude occurring irregularly in between. That is called as the K complex. So stage 1 and stage 2 is over. We'll further move on to stage 3 as well as stage 4. So as you can see in the stage 3, moderately deep sleep is seen. There will be decrease in the frequency and increase in the amplitude. You can see there will be decrease in the frequency and increase in the amplitude. You can see, as you can see in the graph, frequency starts to decrease. At the first stage 1, the frequency will be high, amplitude will be low. But as you move further on, the stage 2, stage 3, you can see there will be increase in the amplitude and decrease in the frequency. Vice versa, there will be opposite taking place. So in the stage 4, what is happening in the stage 4? You'll go into full deep sleep, deep sleep. You'll go delta stage. This is the delta rhythm is predominant here. The frequency starts to decrease and the amplitude starts to increase drastically. You can see the amplitude is increasing drastically. So it's very difficult for a person to wake up in this stage, because he'll be in a deep state of sleep. So it's very difficult for a person to wake up the person who is sleeping. So you can see the graph, the amplitude is increasing drastically, but the frequency have decreased. The amplitude rate has increased drastically. So what are the physiological changes occurring? So you can see there will be a decrease in heart rate and blood pressure. There will be decrease in temperature in our body. There might be decrease in the respiratory rate. Muscle tone will decrease. Eye movement will decrease. GIT activity increases. Obviously, GIT activity have to be increased. You sleep at night with full meals on. and the next day when you like just wake up, you'll feel so hungry. Why? Because already all the digestion process, all the things have taken place in your body. So like your stomach will be completely free, like empty. So the next day when you wake up, you'll feel very hungry. So that's it about this chapter. Hope you have understood this chapter. This was a very small chapter but a very important chapter. First question you have to know is the sleep. Then what is the frequency, the alpha, beta, delta and theta, what are its frequency and ranges, amplitude ranges. Then the difference between REM and NREM sleep, and the fourth one is what is paradoxical sleep, and fifth one what is slow wave sleep. So I hope you have understood this video. So please do like, share and comment. Thank you.